Hello, how are you? Welcome to the channel. This is Learn to Drive and Thrive with Paul Riley. That's me. If we work together, of course you know who I am. If you're some stranger from the internet, well, today you're a friend. Thank you for stopping by. If you are a trainee driving instructor, if you are a qualified driving instructor, maybe there's some stuff on here that really might help, and you're welcome to use it, copy it, do whatever you want. I don't have all the answers, and I'm not always saying that I'm right. I've been at this a while. I get good results, I get good success, and I know what works. I know what works for me. So you may find some of this stuff helpful. I've been asked to recut some of the stuff I've done because things are ever changing. So driving tests in particular. So what happens on my driving test day? Okay, so it's changed and it's about to change some more. And this is what I would do. So now this isn't necessarily what your instructor will do. And if they do it different, it's up to them. They may step out of some of the process I'm talking about, and that's nothing to do with me. Up to them. This is how I'll do it. So there's two parts of this. There's what I do, and there's what always happens, and that's the DVSA bit, right? You could word for word write it down. It's like a script. Insert your name and change a show and tell me question and change the route, and that's it. Other than that, the test is the same, like all the time. So on driving test day, then we would have already established your test readiness, which is to say that you'd have done 2 mock tests with me at least 3 weeks before any driving test date, or by the last time you had a lesson. So let's make a date up for the sake of it, like plotting this out. Your test is 30 June, right? If you've got lessons planned every week or every other week, then by about the 8th, 9th, we'd have done 2 mock tests, maybe in the same day. You've either been successful or you haven't. Successful to me means 5 minor, 5 driver, faults or less, no serious, no dangerous faults. You obey every road sign. You need no help, no coaching, no prompting, no reminding, no nudges. Oh, put it in gear 1 at the roundabout. None of that. Turn your indicator off. None of that. That you make the right choice, the right lane, the right speed, the right gear. You let people go when you should. You go when you should, and you know the difference. That nothing you do makes anybody else have to slow, stop, swerve, change direction, and that you just blend in like everybody else. That's the gist of it. We'd have done 2 of those and you'd have passed. We're on track, test goes ahead. So on driving test day, we will start an hour before the test time. So let's go back to our 30th of June example. So 30th of June, 7th or 8th, whatever, we've done mock test. Yes, we're on track. We go to the driving test centre on the day of the test. It's 10 a.m. test say. So we start at 9. We're going to do a bit of practice. I encourage you to drive. Not everybody wants to, but I encourage you to. Make as many mistakes as you want. Doesn't matter. In that hour, don't care. In fact, get them out of the way. So if you even have a horrendous hour, I don't mind. It's not uncommon. So we get the pre-lesson done, if you like. We'd rock up to the test centre, probably 10 minutes before max, because they don't want us in there, because the last people haven't left, and there's not enough parking spaces. So we'll go in there 10 minutes before, reverse into a parking space. Has to be reversed into a parking space. The bit now might be different. One test centre, say example Wigston, there's a waiting room. We go and wait in the waiting room. Another test centre, Alex Street, no waiting room. Stand by the car. We'll talk through what's applicable. So we wait by the car. We go in the room. Out they come at the time, 10:01, whatever it is. 6 of them, 7, 10 of them sometimes, all talking all over each other. So you got to listen. Make sure you've heard your name being called. So it's Bob here, it's Dave here, it's John here, whatever. They'll come over to you, hello, come over here then, and they'll walk you over to either a little table or maybe to the car, and they'll go, can I see your license? There you go. Take a look at it, shine a little light on the front and the back of it to make sure it's real. They'll say to you, do you still live at this address? Talking about the address across the license. Hopefully you do, because you can be in a bit of a pickle with it's some license address you don't live at no more, and no one you know lives there. That's where they're going to post your license at the end of the test. So we don't want that to be a headache. They'll turn the license over, look for the eyesight coding, and if say you're wearing glasses now and the license says otherwise, they're not going to be mad about that, and it will complicate the end process. They will get the iPad out and show it to you and say, I'd like you to tick these 2 boxes and sign here, or sign the residency and insurance agreement. You tick the boxes, you squiggle with your name, finger. It's a bit of a nightmare trying to sign with your finger, but make the best of it, do the best you can. They will show you the iPad and go, is this how we spell your name? And you go, oh, yep. They'll say, is this the email address you want us to send the result to? And you look and go, yep. They go, hang on, let me see it's you. And they've got your photo, your license photos on the iPad. And they're like, oh, yeah, it looks like you. Do you want anyone with you on the test today? Now, working with me, this is what we'll be doing. No, you're all right, I'll go by myself. I'll cover that in a sec. Or, yeah, no, I'm bringing my mate Bob. Now, if you're in a test as the moral support, sit where they tell you to. So they might say, sit behind me or sit behind the driver. Be quiet and don't make a fuss. I mean, it'd be a bit rude if they said that, but what you can't be doing is coughing a lot or getting your phone out or, you know, tutting or trying to give them some sort of a nudge by kicking them up the backside of the back of the chair. If you can't interfere in the test. So you just got to sit sort of quiet, face forward, and off you go. They will might ask which car's yours, because if you've been inside, how do they know what car you arrived in today? Which car are we in today? Oh, this one over here. All right then. They'll walk over to the car. They'll say, right, let's check your eyesight. They'll make you stand somewhere and check your eyesight. It's going to be across the car park normally. And once you've read the number plate, they go, okay, great. I'm going to ask you a basic vehicle maintenance question now. This is your show and tell me question. Usually they tell me you get first. It may even be as you walk to the car. Or they might just go straight for, go get in the car, get yourself comfy, get yourself settled, but don't start the engine. So you've got to be careful that you haven't, for example, got a push button car where you've got this habit of standing on the brake when you're trying to use power to set the mirrors, because if you start the engine and they're outside, they won't be too happy about that. So they've walked around the car. Has it got number plates? Has it got L plates? Is the tyres good? Does it look like anything's broken or jagged or, you know, that kind of jazz? They'll join you inside the car and say, do you want me to tell you what's going to happen on your driving test today? To which you'll go, yep. All right then. Your driving test today is going to last between 38 and 45 minutes. It's going to involve at least one manoeuvre and maybe an emergency stop. I want you to follow the road ahead at all times unless the signs tell us otherwise. And if I want us to turn left or right, I'll tell you in plenty of time. You'll be driving independently today, and it's changed. It used to be 20 minutes. Now it's the duration of the test if that's what they've picked for you. So you'll be driving independently today for 35 minutes maybe, and you'll be following the sat-nav. Sat-nav goes on the dashboard. Or you'll be driving independently today, you'll be following my signs and directions. So it's one or the other. Now, sat-nav, statistically I mean, 4 in 5 chance, 80% chance you get sat-nav. 1 in 5 chance you'll get directions only. Depending on your learning needs, and if you tick the box and you apply for the test, neurodivergent, something, ADHD, whatever, they may decide to give you one instead of the other. They might go, oh, I'll give you signs, I'll give you sat-nav. So that could happen. So you've got the car, you've sat down, they've asked you, maybe they've asked you to show and tell me question already. If not, they've explained that bit. They've said, you know, follow the road ahead at all times and before we begin, do you have any questions? That's your opportunity to go, yeah, and say what's on your mind. Most common ones, what if I go the wrong way? I will redirect us. What if I get lost? Oh, I will redirect us back to the route. But things you can consider, things you could say, might be, before we begin, do you have any questions? Yes, I do. Actually, I get really nervous, you know, and I'm worried now, and I wasn't earlier. But what I'm going to do about that is if I get overwhelmed, I'm going to pull over in a safe place. I'm going to take a minute, get my breath back, I'm going to breathe a bit, I'm going to sip my water. Then I'll be calm. Then you can ask me questions, and then we go. Yeah, sure, yeah, no problem. Before we begin, do you have any questions? Yes, I'm going to drive with the windows down today because I like to hear traffic round bends and corners. So would you please leave the window open? Sure, yeah, no problem. Unless it's chucking it down the rain. They probably would shut the window then. Before we begin, do you have any questions? Yes, I love the radio. I love classic FM. That's what I play in my car. It's really soothing. So I want the radio on. I hear you. I'll be able to hear you, but I want the music on. Sure, yeah, no problem. Before we begin, do you have any questions? Yes. Could you look at me and speak slowly so I can understand you? Yeah, sure, no problem. What else? Before we begin, do you have any questions? Yes. I get really muddled with left and right. So what used to happen on our lessons was we were turning left. My instructor would go left, right, and I understood. I mean, you can buy little stickers and stick them on the car, but you know, you're just stating what your needs are. I may get dehydrated, and so there I might need to pull over and have a sip or whatever. So I'll try to accommodate you if I can. So you've had your license checked, you've had your eyesight checked, they've asked you, do you want anyone within the car? You've said no. They've told you to get in the car and get comfy, which you have. They've got in the car, they've asked, do you want the test explaining to you, which they have. You now know if it's sat nav or signs only. They've gave you the window to say if you've got any questions. When you're ready, drive on, they'll say. Now, everyone has had the same brief, word for word. They all hear drive on. They don't hear when you're ready, when it's safe, whatever. So just be careful. There's 6 people around you. Don't all go for the exit at the same time. Just be careful about that. Be careful that nothing's coming back in. So you're going out the gate, but depending on the test centre you're using, for example, Cannock Street, Leicester, a truck could be coming back in because it's finishing its test. And if it does, it's going to come in, it's going to turn, it's going to take up the entire bloody car park while it turns. So you don't want to get involved in that. So you just got to be mindful that it's safe to proceed. Out you go, you're going to go on test for the 40 odd minutes. You're going to be asked to pull over on the left 3 times, usually max, not 4 anymore, in different places, in a safe and sensible place where you can see far enough ahead and far enough behind. You're not covering a driveway or a drop curb. You're not on a bend. You're not on any kind of line that says don't stop here. You're visible ahead and behind. And it's the safest of the places where you could briefly wait. So you're going to do that a couple of times. You might do an angled start. They'll stop you quite close to a parked car just to see if you can come out, control it, look where you're going, not go shooting over to the other side of the road, not clip the parked car, full clutch control, all the rest of that. You might get a hill start. So they might purposely stop you on an incline just to see if you can control the clutch. So out you go. You're going to get one show me, one tell me. You've probably had the tell me already by this time. The show me question comes. Can only be one of 7. When it's safe, open a window. Easy. When it's safe, sound the horn. Easy. Probably not on the move though. They might do that in the car park. When it's safe, turn on the headlights. Yeah, easy. You should know these things. When it's safe, wash your window front. Yeah, clean the front window. When it's safe, wash your window back. Yeah, wash back window. When it's safe, demist front window. When it's safe, demist back window. Your driving instructor should have told you all this. Should have shown you all this. You're working with me. It's on my channel. Little videos, how to. And even if you're not working with me, have a look at them. It can't be that different. So you've had to show me. You've had to tell me. You've had the chance to ask questions. Out you've gone. You've bobbled along for 40 odd minutes. You've stopped 3 times minimum. You've maybe did a angled start. Maybe you've done a hill start. You're going to do one maneuver. So you're going to either park in a parking space forwards, left or right. You're going to reverse into a parking space, left or right. Still the same maneuver. You're going to get alongside a parked car, park behind it, parallel park. Or you're going to stop on the right-hand side, the wrong side of the road, facing oncoming cars, and then reverse back and drive off, right reverse. No turning the road no more. No reverse around corners anymore. Emergency stop, controlled stop is not a maneuver. It's additional, perhaps. It's on top of any maneuver. They'll talk to you as you go. Oh, okay, what would you be doing today if you weren't on your test today? That's an icebreaker question. Oh, yeah, I'll be skiing. Oh, really? Oh, I love skiing. Where do you go skiing? You want to talk about skiing? Fine. You'd rather be quiet and think. Say, you know, oh, what are you doing today if you were on a test? I'll be on my BMX. Oh, I've got a BMX. If you don't want to talk about it, just say, look, can I talk to you at the end? I've really got to concentrate. They won't be offended. Equally, if you want to chat about your guinea pigs or whatever, and it keeps you calm and you can concentrate, do that. But don't feel like you've got to have this chit chat and then miss the speed limit or a pothole or something. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, so you've gone out, you've done your 40 odd minutes, you've got back to the test centre, you've done the manoeuvre. Okay, you're going to get one of 2 things now. You've either done a manoeuvre, in which case, just go forwards into any space you like. I don't care if it's straight. This ain't a manoeuvre. I just want the test to be over. Or you've done no manoeuvre. So at this point, you're going to have to park the car. So it could be forward bay park, left or right, reverse bay park, left or right. So it varies. Once you're in the space, okay, relax, switch your engine off. Off you go. Okay, that's the end of your driving test. Just let me complete my form. There they are, tapping away on the iPad. Okay, that's the end of your driving test, and you're going to know what comes next if you just listen for the next word. I'm happy to say, I'm pleased to say, win. I'm afraid to say, I'm sorry to say, fail. So you're going to know. Now, if you were wise, you said at the beginning when they said, do you want them with you on the test today? No. Do you want them for the result at the end? Yes. Then your driving instructor, best friend, whatever, can then come and listen. Because I guarantee you will not remember what they say next. Oh, that's the end of your driving test, and blah, 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 and you're like, nah, and then I come up to you and go, what did he say? Oh, I can't remember. How are you supposed to fix that? So even if you've been successful, there may be something you've got to work on. So have someone there. And then ask questions if you're not sure. So we've come down the road and we went to the mini roundabout and your position was incorrect. Well, sorry, what does that mean? What do you mean? Was I too near the pavement? Was I too near the middle? Was I too near the front? Find out, because how can you be better if you don't know? And your instructor, if you've got one, should ask these questions. Even if you've won and you've done all right, an instructor that's decent, in my view, will turn around and go, is there anything we've got to work on? And they'll go, yeah, do you know what? They're a little bit slow going on a fast road or whatever. Then that could be how you get a bit more practice. They'll say to you, if you've been successful, can I see your license again, please? You go, here you go. And they'll go, all right then, do you want me to keep this? If they're offering to take it inside, cut it in two, sounds worse than it is, process your pass, send your license out, pink license out, you'll get it in about 2 weeks, 3 weeks. If you've been unsuccessful, they should give you some pointers as to where you went wrong. They should show you the iPad with the faults on it. You want to share that with your driving instructor so they can try to help you. Even if you've been successful, there could be faults that you want to talk about. So you've either passed and they've completed the certificate, the little blue certificate. They'll ask you, they'll show you the little, the little reference number and go, can you read that number to me, please? And you go like QZ 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they go, does that say that? And you go, oh yeah, because they don't want to bodge it or bugger it up. Then they press send, you sign the thing at the end. Can you sign this one more time, please, so your health hasn't changed? If you've passed, I mean. And then voila, off you go, you've passed, and the world is now your oyster. You are now free to go drive anywhere. Now, if you've got learner insurance, say mum and dad put you on their insurance, right? Or you bought a special policy off a learner company like Marmalade or Collingwood or whoever, it's now void. You're not a learner anymore. You're now a full license holder. So, you know, for example, don't drive the car home unless you're sure you've got insurance. So you might have to, you know, I always drive the candidate home because they're either up here, high, down here, low. And they could fast, which is great, but they may not be covered by insurance anymore. So you don't need that headache. But equally, they're tired. You're like, oh, God, take me home, I'm tired. So that is driving test day. If that was helpful, let me know. If you've got any questions, let me know. And maybe talk this through with the person that's teaching you. Get them to talk you through it. So I hope that's helpful. We're working together. I'll see you the next time we're in the car. If not, I'll see you the next time you're on the channel.